Hey there and welcome back to Sea Power. In today's mod showcase we're going to have a look at the Royal Navy mods that are definitely popping up more and more. If you have added a new Navy or Royal Navy mod to the workshop after this video, well, of course I can't really incorporate it into this one, but I might be able to add it onto a new one. The Royal Navy in Sea Power as it stands right now, and I'm looking at stable 104, there's really I think 2 destroyers, 1 submarine and a few planes, and that's it. Which of course scarcely does the Royal Navy justice. So a few modders have taken it upon themselves to mod in a couple of the Royal Navy units. A note here is that apparently it's very difficult, if not impossible, to add models to the game. But what you can do is kit bash things together, and that's definitely what you're seeing with some of these models. So let's have a look. Starting out with this ship right here. The Invincible class. We're currently looking at Ark Royal. Now, this is their aircraft carrier, and I think it is using one of the American landing ships as a format. They really don't carry that many aircraft, but hey, it's better than what we had before, which was nothing. So what do we have? We got the Harrier FRS-1, you get 12 of those, and you also get a couple of Sea Kings. Now, for the Harriers, we have air-to-air loadout coming with Sidewinders. You got one missing air-to-air loadout with 4 Sidewinders, and to ship comes with the Sea Eagle. Okay then, what exactly is the Sea Eagle? The Sea Eagle is their anti-ship missile, which has a range of 60 miles, active radar homing, no mid-course corrections, decent speed, I'd say, 560, same as the harpoons, and it is developed based on the AS-37 Martel. It is high explosive, as of course it is, and, well, with these, I definitely think you can land a punch from quite far away. Should also keep you just outside of the long-range protective anti-air from some of these Soviet warships. As for the rest, let's see what else they got. They got the Mark 82 bombs, if you want to do a surface strike. They got the Strike Heavy, in which case you get more of them, and the AS-37 Martlets are there for you if you want to do anti-radiation missiles. Now, this is the exact same missile. I think this is potentially the longest seed missile in the game right now. The longest anti-radiation missile. And you get 60 mile range, so it's the same thing. You do get a minimum range of 5 miles, but well, who cares? If you're launching a missile from within 5 miles, then something has either turned on its radar just a second ago, or something has gone horribly wrong, where you actually managed to enter 5 mile range. So that's the Harrier. We also get access to the Sea King. The Sea Kings are capable of a couple of different jobs, but most importantly, early warning. This does mean that I don't quite understand why they seem to have a Stingray. That's a torpedo? But is it really? Why would they have a torpedo? I mean, they got a dipping sonar, they got a radar warning receiver, they got a MAD. This is their sub-hunter. Am I looking at the wrong one? Yes, it's this one. This is the Sea King I should be looking at. This is definitely early warning. So disregard the previous one. This one has the Thorn EMI Search Water, range 108 miles, so well, I'd say fairly on par with the Americans. The difference is the Americans use a plane, and this one uses a helicopter with a very good radar attached to it. So this gives the Royal Navy a decent amount of early warning as well as striking capabilities. Carrier itself does carry some weaponry, but only self-defense. We have a couple of the GWS-30 Sea Darts, capable of ranging out to 40 miles, very fast, surface-to-air missiles. Of course, ideally you want your Harriers to intercept anything and everything that gets in the way. But hey, if they don't, then this is your second line of defense. As for the rest, you got your 20mm, you got your Sea Whiz, you got your Oerlikons, and you have Noisemakers and Chaff. So yes, they can defend themselves against submarines, marginally so, but it's better than nothing. Next up, we have this ship over here. This is a CA class. It's a slightly improved version of the C class. And with that, you do get a squid mortar, anti-submarine mortar, but you're going to have to get very close at 0.2 to 0.3 miles in order to use that. They do, however, also get a couple of guns. And, well, it's mostly a gunboat. Yes, it got some modernizations, but mostly it is still the same ship. They do, however, apparently get the Sea Cat, which is the surface-to-air missile right over there. The Seacat is old. It's the earliest example of a shipboard point defense missile system. And I think we can see them... Where are they? Here. That's the launcher right there. The problem is very short range, 3 miles. So if something gets close, you might get 1, maybe 2 shots before you're likely to lose your ability to track the contact because it has actually impacted with your ship. So that's a CA class. Then we also have the Swiftsure submarines. Courtesy of Brother Monroe, this thing not only carries the Harpoon, which is, well, the basic standard Harpoon, the UGM-84 with a 65 nautical mile range, and it carries the Mark 24 Tigerfish. 20-mile range. The Tigerfish with a heavyweight acoustic homing torp used by the Royal Navy during the 1980s and 90s. It's wire guided. It's very nice. This means you can definitely easily make course corrections, which you might need to do, because they only travel at 24 knots. This, I think, is a massive drawback, because at 24 knots, well, pretty much anything but a freighter is going to outrun your torpedo. So, I guess you might be able to use them if you are able to get the drop on something, if you're able to ambush something. Outside of that... yeah. Tricky. Potentially, it'll be able to make something work. Especially against some submarines, you'll definitely be able to bring this into range. But otherwise, good luck with the Tigerfish. Next up, Marlborough. Now, Marlborough is a Type 23 Duke-class frigate. She carries the GWS-26, which is the Sea Wolf. It is the improved version of what I just showed you because it has double the range. It has 6.2, very fast missile at 1930 knots. It has mid-course radio command. It has no guidance. So, from what I'm understanding here, this thing has to be told exactly where to go. Otherwise, it has no clue. So if it ever launches and loses contact with the ship, you're looking at a dumb projectile. So be very careful with this thing. Make sure that you keep it in visual line of sight, or at least keep that radio command going. Outside of that, they also have the RGM-84, the Harpoon, and we are getting the Stingray, the anti-submarine torpedo. Range 6 miles. It's pretty much comparable to the Mark 46, and speed-wise, 50 knots, pretty good. Range-wise, 6 miles. So yeah, you'll be able to hit a submarine, but if a submarine gets to within this range, I think you have different issues. So to that end, they also come equipped with a Lynx, the Lynx HAS-3, which comes equipped with a couple of different loadouts. Let me pull up the flight deck. Your ASW has those Stingray torps, as well as 15 sonobuoys. We also have an anti-ship loadout, which I have hovering around here somewhere. Yes, this is the anti-ship heavy. This carries 4? Visually 3. 4 sea skuas. So what's a sea skua? Well, it has a 19-mile range against surface targets. It's a lightweight, short-range, air-to-surface missile. I think it'll be interesting, yet dangerous to use this, especially against the bigger warships. Because, well, you'll be able to pop up and then send off your missile, and then you're going to have to pop right back down. Because if you stay up there for too long, a surface-to-air missile will find your helicopter. You can't really run away, you don't have any defensive measures, you got no chaff, no flares, nothing. So the only defense you have is, well, not getting detected. Which is not great, but it can work. We also have the other Lynx over here. This is the lighter, let's say the standard loadout with anti-ship weapons. So this only carries 2 sea skuas. And then finally we have the last Lynx here, which is the mixed loadout, carrying Stingrays, carrying torpedoes. So, that is the torp, carrying sonobuoys, and they even carry a sea skua. Sorry, 2 sea skuas, 1 Stingray. So 1 torp, 2 sea skuas. Interesting loadout. Very, very versatile helicopter in that capacity. Because you can engage surface, subsurface. You can deploy sonobuoys to track submarines. You can, of course, use your own radar to track surface contacts. It makes this helicopter very, very versatile. And that is because this is also a separate mod. This is the Royal Navy Westland Lynx, as made by Brother Monroe. There's one more that I think I did not cover yet. And that's the Type 21. Here we are. The Type 21 class Amazon, well, this is the Amazon class frigates. They carry the GWS-20, that's the Sea Cat, again 3.3 mile range, very limited. The rest of it is a couple of Exocets. So they have some 22.5 mile standoff capability, and that does mean that they can definitely pack a punch. I think defensively you're lacking, because with 12 surface-to-air missiles, which only have that 3.5 mile range, or not even that, you're going to be in trouble if you ever get shot at. And Brother Monroe explicitly warned me about this. It basically means with the Type 21s, don't get shot at. Oh, sorry, this is not the Type 21. This is the Type 21. He warned me about the Type 23s because the Dukes have the same issue. These things, as for the rest, they have the Mark 8 gun, they have the Mark 46 lightweight torp, and they got a couple of Oerlikon 20mm self-defense. If you get lucky, I guess you could shoot down a missile with this, but you're going to have some very, very accurate gunners. Now, that's pretty much it for the Royal Navy at the moment. Those are the mods that I was able to find on the workshop that looked to be in line with the Royal Navy designs. I am very much looking forward to more Royal Navy, more mods, more designs, and of course, ideally, this is either going to be a standalone pack, a DLC, or just an integration into the base game. Because, I mean, come on. The Cold War without the Royal Navy, I don't think that's quite going to work. So, thank you for watching. If you want to download any of these mods, make sure that you have a look at the description. That's where you can find all of them. You download them by clicking the link. That'll take you to the Steam Workshop. You click subscribe. Once you're in the main game, you can activate them through the mod manager. Let me show you how, because this is a question that I often get. Once you're in the game, you go to mod manager, and over here, well, I have quite a few mods running. Here. You need to activate Royal Navy Swiftsure, Westland Links, Type 22, Type 23, 21, etc, etc. This is how you activate mods. Just activate a tick box, click accept, and you're done. The game will then restart, and then you can actually use the units either in a scenario, you can use them in the mission editor, or if it's a scenario, you can play that, of course, from the scenario list. So, those are the Royal Navy mods for now. Thank you for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. And I shall see you soon for another mod showcase.